Welcome to this month's Flying Razorback Report. I'm Staff Sergeant Matthew Matlock. In this edition, we meet the newest Chaplain's assistant. Analysts hunt for hazards during Arkansas flooding. We focus in on this month's spotlight and more. First, we would like to congratulate former Command Chief, Chief Master Sergeant Stephen R. Bradley on his retirement.
A lot has changed in 37 years, but there's some things that have not changed, and that's the men and women that choose to put on the uniform of the armed forces of the United States and serve our country.
Chief Bradley, it was an honor to have served with you during your tenure here, and we wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Next, 188th analysts are experienced with assisting in natural disaster responses, but this time the hazards are close to home.
So we started in Fort Smith, and then we just sort of scanned the area all the way south past Pine Bluff to where the Arkansas meets the Mississippi River. We were looking for critical areas or critical infrastructure along the river that might be impacted using analysis off of projected crest levels. Take the information from the National Weather Service and we will overlay that onto a GIS application, so something like Google Earth, where we have data, terrain, and elevation data that we can sort of predict or do the math on to find out where that floodwater is going to end up reaching. So if we're looking at something specific, maybe it's something that Civil Air Patrol noticed while they were up there, they can bring it to our attention. We can analyze it right here real time. Once we finalize the products here, it gets sent up to the Joint Operations Center. From there, those guys will take our products and then brief them to key decision makers or emergency management here in the state.
Kind of, and then also
as soon as we were finished with our mission and we did our debrief at TAC Air, we immediately went over to the UPAD, and they were then able to use those and disseminate their information and continue on with some of their projections. In my case, for the mission we did on Monday was to take pictures of all of the different locks and dams, as well as all the bridges from the state line all the way to Dardanelle. Along the way, we were responsible for if we saw any resource damages or something that we felt was needed to be reported, to make sure and try to take pictures of that so that those could then be brought back and utilized to help make decisions.
Natural disasters often happen when least expected. Global Dragon 2019 is a 2-week realistic training exercise that better prepares responders for tomorrow's disasters today.
Global Dragon is an exercise that involves many different AFSCs, and they come to the Guardian Centers where we do the training, where we have a cityscape that's about 18 blocks wide. And this exercise facility provides training that you cannot get anyplace else. If you want this type of training, you have to go to 4 different locations. This one is all one. We can have it in 2-week increments. We have a contingency operations 1 week, and we have a DOM ops exercise the next week.
Here at the Global Dragon site, the 188th in total had over 40 personnel involved in our exercise. We went from 115, 120, and 15, 225, and 17 to well over 300 personnel in 2019, adding all these other agencies, really enhancing the total base concept of how a base would operate and run. And in that integration 2019, we made it a joint exercise as well, including the Army and the Marines.
Before we continue, we would like to congratulate the Wing's newest Chief Master Sergeants, Jeffrey Weaver, the 153rd Intelligence Squadron Superintendent, and Douglas Lensing, 188th Special Security Officer. Gentlemen, congratulations on your promotions, and it is an honor that is truly deserved. Chaplain assistants are said to be a chaplain's right hand, or in this case, right paw.
So I went down the day after Christmas and knew I was going to check on this dog and see what kind of dog he would be, if he would be compatible with my other dogs. And I got to Helena, where it's typical for dogs to be abused down there, and I didn't know what I was getting into. But he came out of the vet's office, plopped down right in front of me, put his paws in my lap, and I knew that was it. And I knew right then that he would be really a good fit for the therapy dog program. Therapy dogs are also common in nursing homes, hospitals, things of that nature. And it's mainly because at times people have a difficult time communicating with the rest of us. They need some kind of facilitator for that to happen. And so it's been proven that therapy dogs are kind of that avenue. They can be that avenue. They just help to calm people's nerves so that they can open up. With our mission here, that's helpful because sometimes it can be difficult to express emotion, express pain, anger, whatever may be going on in somebody's life, whether it's from the work environment here or maybe something going on at home. So the goal is to have a therapy dog there to be able to facilitate hopefully a more open and honest environment with somebody who may not be inclined to have those conversations otherwise.
All right. Military life can be stressful on members and their families. Family Day helps beat that stress by bringing the entire 188th family together.
Family Day was sponsored by MSG this year, and it was just a time that we could bring our families out and show them where we work and what we do. And we had a lot of activities planned. With the weather, we kind of weren't able to do everything because of all the flooding we had prior to the event. But we had our annual fishing derby. That's always a big hit with the kids. But this year, instead of just doing the fishing derby, we incorporated a lot of other events for kids that don't like to fish. They could have other activities to do and still have fun and come out. We had Disney princesses come out. We had Smokey the Bear out. The recruiters let us use all of their bounce arounds, so that was a huge hit. We had jousting and a boot camp. It was a Star Wars theme because we had it on May 4th, so May the 4th be with you. Being able to be at work and just relax and spend time with your family helps you decompress.
Last but not least, this month's Spotlight.
My name is Staff Sergeant Craig Huddleston, and I'm the Fitness Services Manager. My duties on base, on the weekends, I help with fitness assessments and kind of look over and make sure everything's going good, and then after fitness tests are over, I input all the scores, and that's kind of my job out here. When I got in the Guard, it was a mixture of wanted to serve my country, wanted to challenge myself, and then honestly when I was 18 I had no idea what I wanted to do, but I at least knew that I needed to do something. I'm a full-time student at the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville. I'm studying history and political science. I want to be a historian, and I want to work at a university being a professor and studying as much history as I can. It's kind of my thing. I'm a big history nerd, and the main thing I love about being in services is the people that I work with. I've made the best friends, and I've gotten to go on deployments and many overseas trips with a lot of these people. They're the best.
That's all for this month's Flying Razorback Report. Head on over to the Wings Facebook page, like, comment, and share. I'm Staff Sergeant Matthew Matlock. We'll see you next time.